Welcome to Instrumentation EEE tutorials, and today we are talking about how to read piping and instrumentation diagram. In short, piping and instrumentation diagram is also called P&ID. So we will see what is P&ID, basic of P&ID, and also applicable standards, line identification, line ligand, instrumentation, line symbols. So this is our part first, and we will complete this piping and instrumentation tutorials of instrumentation and control system in 7 parts. So this is our first part where we will see these 5 points. So basic of P&ID. So now how to define P&ID? So P&ID are a schematic illustration of a functional relationship of piping, instrumentation and system equipment component used in the field of instrumentation and control or automation field. So this is simply definition, but sometime it is also asked what are the details available in P&ID. So physical sequence of branches, reducers, valves, equipment, instrumentations and control interlocks are generally available in P&ID whenever you are referring P&ID. So this is basic of P&ID. Now the second point, it is very important. There are a lot of applicable standards are available in worldwide, where the first is our Organization for Standardization ISO, which is ISO 14617 standard is generally used, which is graphical symbol for diagram, and it is actually develop a library of graphical symbol for diagram used in technical application for common to all. The purpose of ISO 14617 is now another ISO 10628-1 2014 diagram for chemical and petrochemical industries document can also be referred for a P&ID. So these two standards which generally come from ISO. Now other standard ISA, Instrument Society of America. So the first ANSI ISA 5.1 2009, which is actually instrumentation symbol and identifications, is generally used in instrumentation and control field to document project. So this standard also used for defining all the symbols and ligand of the P&ID. And there is one also other standard ANSI ISA S 5.5 1985 graphic symbol for process display. This is also for P&ID. And another ISA 1983 S 5.3 graphic symbol for distributed control and shared display instrumentation logic on computer system. So this is also used for P&ID reading. And some other standards, DIN also 19287 part 1, DIN 19227 part 2, which is also generally standard used for P&ID. PIP, Process Industry Practice, which is actually PIC 001 2008, Piping and Instrumentation Diagram Documentation Criteria. It is also used for defining the P&ID symbol. British standard is also used for P&ID 141646, symbolic representation for process measurement, control function and instrumentation. So these 5 standards generally are used for defining the process, piping and instrumentation diagram. Now this is our first very important part which generally you find whenever you are referring any P&ID. So line identification. Generally, if you have one vessel and there are some lines are connected in a P&ID, then what is the meaning, how to define this line is simply by the line identifications. So generally, if this is given and this is given P and 16 and 4570 and also some A to 9 or some other, and IH. So if this line is written in your P&ID, then what is the meaning of each terms we will see in our line identification theory. So what is the meaning of first part? The meaning of the first part is simply line size. Okay, so what is the line size of this line? Size of this line, it is 4 inch. Okay, and now the second point is line designation. We will see in our next section what is the meaning of line designations. Okay, and this is simply meaning of the unit number, unit or plant number. And what is the meaning of this? This is the meaning of the line number. What is the meaning of? Because there are different lines are connected through this vessel or tank, then they have separate line number. So that's why the 4570 is the line number. And what is the meaning of these two terms, which is very important? The first is this line material. First is line material, and the last one is insulation specification. So this is the meaning of the line identification. First is line size, second is line designation, third is unit or plant unit number. 4570, this is the line number, this is the line material, and this is the insulation material. So this is the meaning of the line identification. Now the second another point is line. What is the line ligand? So line ligand is simply what types of line is connected in a P&ID. So simply see, if line is given in this form, okay, then okay, if and some line is, we will see one by one, some line is given in this way and some line is given in this way. So this is the process line or some steam and other utility line it may be, and this is the blurred line, and this is the, if we can say the, if one line is here and if this is dash, so this is the trace line, because in some area if we have to maintain the temperature of the line, then we generally use tracing may have steam or electrically type of tracing. There are generally two types of tracing are used in any process. So steam tracing or electrically tracing may be used. Now the next point is instrument line symbol. This is very important, because whenever you are reading any P&ID or piping and instrumentation diagram, then you always read what is the meaning of this line and what kind of this line is used. So now the first, if some line is given in this way, okay, if the some line is given in this way, and if some line is given this way, and if some line is given this way, okay, and if some line is given in this way, and if some line is given in this way, and if some line is, this is the sine wave, this is the sine wave. Okay, now start from here. This is the L and this is the hydraulic, this is the hydraulic signal. Okay, so simply when I have drawn all the 5 types of lines, when you see this type of line in your P&ID, then simply see what is the signal types. So this is hydraulic, this is pneumatic. Simply this is pneumatic signal, air signal, pneumatic signal, okay. And this is when this type of symbol is used, then it is software signal, okay. And this is electrical signal. And what is the meaning of this symbol is capillary tubing. And what is the meaning of this symbol? Electromagnetic or signal. So this is the simple meaning of the line. Whenever you see this type of 5 types of line, then you can simply see if in a line L is given, then it's a hydraulic line. If this type of symbol is given, then it is a pneumatic signal. This type of symbol in a line given, this is the software signal, and this is the electrical signal if that dash is given, and this is the capillary signal, and this is the electromagnetic signal. So generally these 5 types of signal are used in any refinery and process plant. So this is our part 1. We will see in our next video part 2, where we will cover some line designation which may have process line, water line, steam and condensate line, utility line, drain line, and some others line also we will cover. So thanks for watching this video till the end. If you are new on our YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, and press the bell icon so that you get notification whenever we upload any video on YouTube. And also for any other information you can comment us. And thank you very much for watching this video till the end.